Are you ready for an emergency? Everyone should have a disaster preparedness kit on hand, and the Allstate Foundation and Points of Light are teaming up to make sure we're all prepared. Please say hello to Callie O'Donnell. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is such an important topic, and I know that this is like a 14-city tour. It's an education campaign, bringing it to neighborhoods all across the country. Why is it so important for people to know about this?
Well, just like you mentioned previously, 85% of Americans are not prepared. They're unprepared for a disaster.
That's a huge number.
It's a huge number, and half of them don't have the emergency supplies that they need, and so we're here to talk about that, to help educate.
Now, I think people say, okay, I can have an emergency kit. I get that, but they have no idea what they need to put in it. So now is the time, because we're heading into, like, you know, storm season, obviously floods, tornadoes. There's so many disasters that can happen in the months to come. What are the basic things that people need to consider and put into this kit?
Well, no worries, because we have it laid out here.
Look at this, yeah.
You want to have a handy little bag, right, where you just can put everything in it together. So you've got your bag, and probably the most important thing that you can put in your kit is a flashlight.
Okay.
And in this kit, this flashlight does not need batteries. It's very self-sufficient, and that's kind of important because you want to make sure that that the flashlight works when you need it, right?
Sure.
A water bottle.
Okay.
Rule of thumb, you want to have a gallon of water per person, and for a minimum of 3 days.
Okay, that's a lot of water.
It is a lot of water, but if you're at home and you've got a place where you can put that, just as a benchmark, that's what you want to start with.
Okay.
Okay. You've got this poncho, right? Because with weather we don't know what's going to happen, so you've got this, that, whether it's
you want to stay as dry as possible.
Right, or even just warmth, you know, hypothermia, that sort of thing. We've got a little first aid kit.
Important.
Doesn't have to be huge, just some antiseptic, things like that.
Band-aids.
Hand sanitizer. You know, one of the things we don't think about in a disaster is how much bacteria and all that stuff, you know, broken pipes, sewer lines, things like that. So you've got to have your hand sanitizer. You want to keep as clean as possible. And along those lines, a dust mask, because you're going to have a lot of debris particles in the air.
Don't want to breathe that in.
So you've got that. A whistle. One of the things that a lot of people don't know is that 3 short bursts on a whistle is a signal to a research team that you're in distress and that you need help. So keep a whistle in your little disaster kit.
So people can find you.
A garbage bag. A garbage bag can do a number of things. 1, getting rid of debris, but 2, it's also hugely useful for keeping you warm. You can cut a hole in the bottom of it, put it over you, same thing, kind of like
some sort of insulation and stuff.
Truly, truly. If you were in a place where it was a disaster and you ran out of water, something like a garbage bag, the heavy plastic, you can collect moisture, things like that.
Such a simple thing.
It's so huge, and it's just little things we don't think about. And then, of course, educational material, because there are so many resources out there. The Points of Light, which is America's largest public service organization, teamed up with the largest publicly held insurance company in the country, Allstate, and the Allstate Foundation, to put together this educational foundation and to bring this information. So there is literature as well in the bag.
And an event happening at SkySox tomorrow. So if you're taking notes, we're going to have this on our website as well, but if you're going to the game tomorrow, you are actually going to have people put together these kits for free.
Actually, you get to come and you get to put your kit together for yourself, and everybody who attends the SkySox games tomorrow night can come and put together their own disaster preparedness kit.
So the game begins 6:35 p.m. I know there's a website
Wednesday night. www.goodandready.org.
It's right there on your screen. Please, you know, pay attention to what she's saying, because this is the time to get prepared as severe weather season begins. Thanks so much, Callie.
You are so welcome.
We'll see you at the game. Let's check in on the forecast now.